So today I'm here with George Mason, and George, you served in the Navy, correct?
I did.
So what years did you serve?
I joined the Navy the day before I turned 17.
Uh-huh.
And I got out in 55. I was only in for 5 years.
5 year, 50 to
Yeah.
55?
Yeah. Actually, I was in the reserves at 16.
And then went, okay.
The day I turned 17, I enlisted in regular Navy.
Wow.
So I've got 2 discharges, one from reserve
That's cool.
one from Navy.
That's awesome. So what did you do in the Navy?
I was my first 2 years. I was aboard the USS Lofberg, which is a destroyer, and served 3 tours of duty in Korea.
Mm-hmm.
And what we did, we served as patrol with a carrier group.
Mm-hmm.
And then we were assigned to go into Wonsan Harbor and do bombing backup for the ground troops.
Gotcha.
So I did that for 2 years, and when I finally got stateside, I decided I wanted to go into submarines.
You wanted to go in, okay.
Yeah. So put my transfer request in, got accepted, went through all the training. Took me 9 months to get qualified.
Wow, that's a lot of training.
Yeah.
And I'm sure you have to be pretty trained to be on the sub, so yeah.
So once you get qualified, then you get to wear your golf.
Mm-hmm. Those are cool.
And I was in love, and I should have stayed in,
Yeah.
but I had a girlfriend and had to get out.
Yeah.
So I got out and bounced around a couple of jobs for the first 6-7 years, and I've always wanted to be a cop.
Uh-huh.
My dad was a cop, and I was fortunate enough to move into a little city in Ohio. It wasn't a city at the time, it was a township, Brunswick,
Okay, yeah.
Brunswick Township.
Wow.
They had no police department, no fire department, no city council, no nothing.
Well, it was a township, so.
It was a township. And soon after I moved, we incorporated into the city of Brunswick,
Uh-huh.
which at that time I was fortunate enough to be one of the 5 people selected to be on the police department.
Wow.
No training,
Yeah.
just here's your uniform, here's your gun, here's your car.
Be a cool guy. Don't catch bad guys. I bet you, was it pretty slow at the beginning?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we only had like maybe 9,000 people.
Was it like the Andy Griffith Show?
Pretty much.
Pretty much Mayberry.
Yeah.
Did you have a Barney Fife on the force? The guy that would just take everything way too seriously.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, we had one guy. He didn't last too long.
Yeah, but I'm surprised Barney did too.
But I put 8 years in that department.
Wow.
And we decided that we wanted to go to Florida.
Okay.
So we moved to Florida,
What part?
Pinellas County. That's Tampa Bay,
Okay. Okay. So West
Clearwater
Side.
Beach.
Yeah. Yep. Gotcha.
And we had in our mind that we wanted to buy a motel.
Uh huh.
So we did. And we ran that for about a year.
Yeah.
And I got tired of that.
Oh, I
so-
bet it's 24/7, 365.
Yeah, we were in a partnership with family.
Uh huh.
So we bowed out, and I wanted to go back in law enforcement. So I went down to Miami, and I took the test for Dade County Metro. And I think out of like 1,500 people that applied, I come out like 5th or 6th.
Oh wow.
And that's when things started to roll for the motel purchase
Yeah.
in Clearwater. So back to Clearwater, and we ran it for another 6-8 months, and I decided again that I didn't want any part of it.
Yeah.
So I got out of it, and that was right at the time that we had all the civil unrest with the blacks.
Yeah, in the 60s and stuff.
So St. Petersburg was a hotbed for racial violence, and we were right adjacent. It was Pinellas County.
Wow.
So I went back on the sheriff's department, and at that time we had a lot of problems in the schools where they had riots in the schools. So
wow.
we broke it up. I became chief investigator for the Pinellas County schools. They paid a portion of our salary. And we wound up with 22 officers. We had a countywide school board, and we put one officer in each high school. And then we had floating officers for middle schools.
So you think I remember growing up, and when they first, and right when I was in high school, I think was when they first started having, like, they call them the resource officers now, you know. And that was a big thing, and that was like in the 90s, right? And I remember, and that was literally the first I'd ever heard of it. I'd never heard it back in the 60s that existed. But it makes sense if that was going on.
We had a lot of problem with the school board. They didn't want us to be in uniform. They didn't want us carrying guns in the schools. So we started out with just being in brown suits. And after about 4 or 5 years, we got rid of the brown suits and just wore regular suits. And we finally convinced the school board, after one of the coaches got shot and killed, that we should have, be able to be armed in the schools. So we became armed, and I came up through the ranks, made chief investigator, had a narcotics unit, 2 dogs.
Wow.
And we'd do sweeps of the schools. And after that, I retired and met Eileen in California.
Yeah.
And anything she tells you is a lie. We met and decided, I was in real estate then, and she decided to get her license. So she got her license, went to Century 21 for a while, and I was with a different company, and we decided we'll open up our own office.
Yeah.
So we opened up a huge office.
Yeah.
All under the cloud, where nobody knew.
Yeah.
We leased a building, bought the site of the California Speedway.
Wow.
Was just going in transition from the steel mill to the raceway. And
is that no, it's not Altamont, is it? Is that the California Speedway?
Yeah, Fontana.
Yeah, okay, gotcha. Yeah, okay.
So we got word that they were selling office equipment. So we went over and we purchased tons of office equipment.
Cheap?
Yeah.
Pretty cheap?
Yeah.
Yeah, I bet.
And
they didn't want to move it.
We took over this bank building, and we got partitions. I think we got like 30 desks. Her dad was a builder, so he helped us build offices for Eileen and I, and a conference room, the front reception area. And that took off our business careers.
That's cool.
And then Eileen got a bug that she wanted to move. So I said, "Where are you going to go?" And she says, "Springfield, Missouri." So, geez. Okay, so she took off, came here. I hung out for a year, getting rid of stuff.
Yeah.
And I moved here, got my license. We were with Century 21, and then Eileen opened up her own office here, and I went to work for her.
Yeah.
And I hung out for, I don't know, 2, 3, 4 years, 5 years maybe. Time goes.
Yeah, I know.
I finally told her, I says, I'm done. I'm 82 now.
Yeah.
I was like 77 75 then.
Yeah.
So that was that. And then I got involved with the Legion, of course,
Yeah.
11, 12
You
years
guys
ago.
busy, man. I bet it keeps you busy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot of stuff.
And I'm vice commander of our submarine unit.
That's cool. And that's also a very cool feature here at the Legion.
Yeah.
If you haven't been, that's probably one of the gems on the property
yeah.
for sure.
Oh,
I mean,
the Legion.
that's the first time I'd ever seen one.
Yeah, the Legion was so excited that we got that thing. I don't know. I've got. That's the way it looked like when we got it. It came in 3 pieces from Bremerton, Washington. And we had it trucked here for nothing on 3 flatbeds. Then we had to assemble it, weld it all together, put a good base in. And it was a project and a half. That's when a few months prior to getting the bid on this is when I joined Subvets.
Mm-hmm.
And
This is really cool. It was commissioned for how many years? 20, 30, 25?
something like that.
Yeah, it's incredible. That's cool. That's really cool.
You can have this.
Oh, you don't want to...
I've got plenty of copies
Okay.
of that. Yeah. Then we got, well, after we got that assembled, Chuck Shepard, our commander at the time, decided he was going to run for national office.
Mm-hmm.
So he resigned, and I didn't have a year in yet, so I couldn't go run for commander. So Ron Athey became our commander, and then shortly after that, as soon as I had my year in, our vice commander resigned, and I took over as vice commander. That's been 11 years. So then, after getting that assembled, we had to get it painted, and then we sponsored the national convention here in Springfield, and just a couple of months into the planning, Ron Athey was having some real problems at home. So I had to take over the whole convention, and that was a hell of a job.
Yeah, I bet.
So we had to do, the convention consisted of shows down in Branson, transportation, golf outing across the street here, big doings here at the Legion, speakers, then our big awards banquet at the, I can't remember the name of the hotel, right across the street from convention.
Here in town or in University Plaza? Yeah.
So we had it there. We had a very successful convention. We made a lot of money.
Yeah, it's good.
And our group has no income.
Yeah.
We operate solely on donations. So everything you see here and out there is on donation.
Yeah.
So I took off, and I had some harebrained ideas about getting the posts put up and getting the lines on, getting the walkway in.
Yeah.
Got all that done with the help of a few of the shipmates. And then I got online, and somehow I was able to find these torpedoes
Yeah.
out in Sparks, Nevada, at a museum. So I wrote to them, and they said they had something like 30 of them.
Wow.
So I asked
You're
for
like,
two.
can I have a couple?
So they wrote back, and they awarded us 2 torpedoes. And then we had to figure out how we're going to get them here.
Yeah. They're not live though, are they?
They were.
They were? How
Yeah.
do you de-live them?
Well, that's done prior to when
Oh
we
yeah,
ever get 'em.
I was like,
all-
gosh,
yeah,
that shipping
everything-
them just sweating the whole time.
Everything's in them except the warheads. We got them shipped here. I got the local trucking company up in Springfield. God, I'm so old, my mind goes.
Oh, that's all right.
Anyhow, they said they'd pick him up in Nevada and bring him here. It took us about a month and a half when they had room to bring him here. They came in big metal cases.
You're welcome.
Thanks, Connie.
You're welcome. Now there's. If you need anything else.
Thank you. Hey, it finally happened to you. I do it.
George, do you need anything? I'm sorry. Do you need anything else to drink?
No, I'm fine.
Well, I think we got the food, so it's a good time to stop. So, again, George, thank you so much for your service and what you do for these guys up here at the Legion. It's incredible. So thank you very much. from the bottom of my heart.
We're real proud of that out there.
Yeah, it's incredible.
And have you been out to take a look?
Oh yeah, several times.
I got the 2 monuments. Was my idea also. The one monument on one side is all the lost boats, 52 lost boats of World War II. And then on the other monument is everything about the sale.
Yeah. Very cool stuff. And
Yeah.
if you haven't checked it out, you need to come see it at the Legion here. It's incredible. So thank you for all your hard work.
We're proud of it. We're glad that we could contribute something to a fabulous post.
Yeah,
It's a
absolutely.
great post.